Welcome, dear Sangha, to our Serkhangma Prayer Commentary with our Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We will begin with opening prayers in the Yellow Garchen Institute Prayer Book on page 4 and page 5. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Tangwe to je 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 re zon ro yin je ma do de je pan jam ba zur je lom ba da vre je be go shak je je be ja dong ge jan za dor jen 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 de lo na ro da ma 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 lo je je ngam bo ba pa mo je ba ja wan ro gom ka ju la ma nam je da jo je da na na no zara tam je do la ma la ba la ye je zo Lao Song Yun De Jam Su Nga La Wan Den Zhe Dong Jian Zhe Be Ge Le Zor Da Ge Lo Chu Sun Ro War Xin Je Lab Dos Chu Lam Den Ro War Xin Je Lab Dos Lan Ro War Se War Xin Je Lab Dos Chu Wa Yi Xi Sun Je War Xin Je Lab Dos Kang Ge Den Jian Zhe War Jiong Ga Ba Me Ba Jie Me Ba Jie Ba Me Ba Tai Me Wa me ban ro me ba ta de de me dun je me zhu ba nye je je den ba zu pa san je ma nan chi tam ba de la zhan zar de. Grant your blessing so that my mind may be one with the Dharma. Grant your blessing so that Dharma may go along with the path. Grant your blessing so that the Dharma may be clarify confusion. Grant your blessing so that I may transform confusion into wisdom. Tenjin zawe lama jije kusung doje senlan da ge julan pede da ge denba simje je don jia jimban zhe bar zhen je lao de zor. How many Tashdele there are Dharma brothers and sisters? This Serkhangma text the Serkhangma text root of Serkhangma text, the 7 branches of the mantra that are called Serkhangmas. We have a blue book, and also somebody have this. Actually, same, it's different paper. So the same. So today, later we will recite this. As I mentioned last Tuesday, the Serkhangma, this Serkhangma teaching series is we should listen, study, also reflect and meditate. So that's where we will also, recite this. And then probably few next week or another week, we will come to the offering branch, and there are many visualizations, and then we will visualize step by step. And then as you well know, we are practicing Dharma through our precious human life. So the Dharma is really great, beneficial thing in this life and next life. But Dharma can benefit or not, it's related our bodhicitta. So the bodhicitta, we all have loving kindness, we all have seed of compassion, so we always generate compassion and bodhicitta, especially during the listening Dharma and teaching Dharma, practicing Dharma. At that time, we must generate bodhicitta and compassion. If we generate compassion and bodhicitta, then this benefit ourselves. When we generate bodhicitta, at that moment, our mind become peaceful and happy mind. Peaceful mind and happy mind. And then also let us remember that we are Dharma practicing. We Dharma practice for the sake of all mother sentient beings. And also, actually, they are all including all mother sentient beings, but we are practicing Dharma for the sake of our parents, our relatives, our friends, and also our countries, and also our environment. So then how can benefit them through our Dhamma practice is bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is like sunlight. So in the space there is only one sun, but it can remove all the darkness, and also it can help to grow many plants, many flowers. Similarly, each person, each practitioner has one mind, but through if this mind transform into bodhicitta, then it can benefit countless mother sentient beings, especially we cannot benefit hand to hand. Our parents, for example, if our parents are, you and your parents are a long distance, or far away because of mountains or rivers and other situations. But when you practice, even if your parents passed away, perhaps they took rebirth, the bodhisattvas or a Buddha, or they took rebirth, the different kind of human being or other different animals. Doesn't matter. Still, you can generate bodhicitta for them. This you listen dharma is for the sake of them. For example, if they already took rebirth, bodhisattvas, and then perhaps you think, oh, if they took rebirth, bodhisattva's life, then maybe no need to pray for them. But this is misunderstood, because if you dedicate for them, their dharma activities will flourish, and these dharma activities benefit for others, and then you receive merit. And of course, some of our kind of relatives and someone who passed away, if they took rebirth in lower realms, definitely they need benefit through our dharma practice. So whether you are teaching dharma or you listen dharma, equally you can benefit to these our parents and our relatives and friends and our all mother sentient beings. So this is very important. And also we are in the samsara, so for that reasons we have lots of things to do, morning to evening, maybe in the night too. But only during this period, for example, we have 2 hours in this afternoon. So at that moment, you completely turn your mind into bodhicitta, and then this is also how to say, this is it has great benefit, because we all wish to live long, healthy life and long life. So the mind is like a king. The body and speech are helper or kind of ministers. So if we have a happy mind, bodhicitta mind, then it good effect in our body. On or in our body has many kind of animals. So if you eat good food, they are happy. If you drink water, they are happy and they support to you. Similarly, if you turn your mind in bodhicitta, then they will happy. Their mind and your mind has connection. For example, if there is only one internet, and then we all use that internet. If that internet is good, then our laptop or mobile phone, they work well. If internet is not good, whether your laptop is how much expensive, it doesn't matter. It cannot work. It's really, this is a natural interdependence. So if our mind is turned into bodhicitta, it greatly benefit. But sometimes we don't know how it benefit. This is because of our ignorance. But we can experience ourselves. If you stay with angry emotion 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, then you stay with the bodhicitta for 5 minutes, and then you examine your feeling. It tells truly. So when you meditate or practice with the bodhicitta, at that moment your body and your mind both relax. So however, bodhicitta benefit in this life And then our Dharma practitioners, especially our great Dharma practitioners, have a great expectation, which is to become enlightened. That's a wonderful expectation. But if we should become enlightened, then without bodhicitta, there is no way. These thousands Buddhas, they in the future we will talk about that. The thousand Buddhas, how they became enlightened. So they all practice bodhicitta, practice compassion, and then through this way they became completely enlightened. So we are also should go in this same path or same way. So this is I remind to you. You know very well. So and then today, according to the table of contents, these are taught in 10 parts, right? And so first is seeing the kayas. So it has 2 parts, seeing the Dharmakaya and seeing the Rupakaya. So we are in the first, seeing the Dharmakaya. So among them we discussed pretty more, and today we are on the root text is, I think, with the eye of wisdom, I gaze unwaveringly upon the Lama, the victorious hero in the battle. Just by remembering that refuge, all afflicting emotions, thoughts, and the hordes of Maras are defeated. This root text is there, but we also already talked a bit more about that. So today we will go continuously. Yeah, here the victory. Okay. Yes, we. So the Mara is actually we already discussed on there a bit more. So Mara means actually destruction. This destruction, how to distract to our mind is actually our mind has like a 2 face. One face is grasping, and the other face is selflessness. So the grasping, since we arise grasping, self-grasping, and then it is like we punish ourselves because we like happiness, we like a happy life, and also we like to stay happily, but then we follow grasping, and then grasping always distract our peaceful mind. How to distract is, for example, this grasping. Actually, these over 5 aggregates are Yidam deities and 5 family Buddhas, but grasping obscure that, and then self-grasping exaggerate new thing on there. So this is my head, this is my torso, this is my branch, and then we very much fixate, very much clinging, attach on there, and then something happened on there, and then we cannot be patient. So through this way we have lots of sufferings. But selflessness means wisdom. The selflessness means paramodule wisdom. It knows our body. Our body is Nirmanakaya, and our body is not ordinary thing. So then these temporary sufferings cannot affect the power of understanding the real of our body. Why this body is the Yadam deities? Because in the reality, this body is our bodies are emptiness. In the reality, so if you throw some shooting the arrow or something like that in the space, empty space, it cannot harm the space. Similarly, we if we realize this body is our bodies are emptiness, and then this for example, different disease cannot affect, and also the any kind of material weapons, they also cannot affect. For example, Malarepa's body and our body actually it's same. We are stay in the very warm, very nice room and wearing very good clothes. Still we change soft, gentle, something like that. But still there are lots of uncomfortable thing with our body. Malarepa just stay in the mountain cave year by year, but he is always happy, always enjoy. Sometimes he miss his, sometimes he cry because he miss his root guru Marpa. But he said whenever he said Malarepa said whenever he miss Marpa, and then he how to say, he arise his realizations. His realization grow. So, however, he is always stayed happily in the mountain cave, because the power of understanding, power of paramodule wisdom. So Milarepa's paramodule wisdom and our paramodule wisdom has no different in the reality. But now we are processed to increase our paramodule wisdom. Increase means our Buddha nature or paramodule wisdom, it has naturally it has no decrease and increase. which means this is always brilliantly appearing. But we have obscuration. So whenever sunrise, sometimes I remember this. When sunrise, we say sunrise in the morning. But in the reality, this earth, Mother Earth, move. And then we feel the sunrise. That's why we say sunrise. Similarly, often in the spiritual masters, often says, spiritual masters often say, our paramodur wisdom and realizations increase, which means in the reality, our egoistic mind and ignorance, defilement or the afflictive emotions decrease, and then this that part we call the realization or paramodur wisdom increase. However, we already have the paramodur wisdom or Buddha nature, whatever we call it. So, but we cannot understand it suddenly. So then there is we have a way to understand it step by step. Is that Buddha taught us the power of his compassion, power of his wisdom. For example, kindly parents, they take care of their children. First, they teach how to eat and how to walk, and then slowly they teach how to read and write, something like that. Similarly, Buddha taught us, and the Buddha taught us how to reduce our obscurations, and so there are many methods. Among them, now the how we have to know is our body is the Nirmanakaya. Nirmanakaya and Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya, what are the difference between them? This is the differences are Nirmanakaya means not completely purify the obscurations, but it remove kind of 70%. It remove the obscurations, purified obscurations. So that part we call Nirmanakaya. And Sambhogakaya means 90% purified. So we call it Sambhogakaya. And then Dharmakaya means completely purified. The obscuration, completely purified the obscurations. So we call it Dharmakaya. In the reality, one mind, over this mind. So now I cannot judge your mind. For example, for my mind is ordinary mind. So my mind right now, my mind is ordinary mind. But now through this teaching of Serkhangma, and then how we should understand, how we have to understand is, for example, my body is in Nirmanakaya. I don't want to look at this is ordinary body. If I look at see this is ordinary body, then if my hand put it in the fire, it burn, put it in the ice water, it cold, and then so lots of suffering. So that's where I should see this body is Nirmanakaya. And then our chakras are the mandala of the Nirmanakaya. So just the crown chakra, for example, has thousands of Yedam deities. how we perceive or how we understand this body is Nirmanakaya, which means scientists, I don't know science, but what I heard and what I little bit reading about this thing, they also see different kind of animals in our body, right? So now through our visualization, how should we see is this body is full of yidam deities. So how the only crown chakra, for example, has thousands of yidam deities. And we have lots of channels, right? Lots of channels and lots of chakras. So only crown chakra has thousands of yidam deities. Our winds, inner winds, the 5 root winds and all the branch winds are the Sambhogakayas. So then our mind is Dharmakaya. It is unborn, non-abiding, and unceasing. This must be realized. If we realize that, then there is no ordinary body, which is the ground of suffering. Then there are no maras that can harm our body or our life. The maras dissolve into our Dharmakaya mind as waves dissolve back into the ocean. We attain the Trikayas instantaneously. This is the special way to practice Vajrayana. As Manjushri says in the Namasangiti, we become enlightened instantaneously. It's generally said that Vajrayana is special because we can become enlightened in one life. But with this special method, we can actually become enlightened instantaneously. It's said that Vajrayana has many methods and is an easier path to enlightenment. There are yogas such as the 6 yogas of Naropa, many visualizations, and so on. But the key point is to realize our nature as Dharmakaya. To do that, we have to look directly at the nature of mind. We look at the nature of mind, various afflictive emotions such as desire, anger, and so on may arise. Whatever thoughts arise, do not follow them. If we follow them, it just leads to more samsara. We have to realize the essence of the thoughts. The thoughts and the natural state of mind are no different. The He Vajra Tantra says, this itself is samsara, this itself is nirvana. realizing the essence of samsara, nirvana cannot be realized elsewhere. We often say that Buddha is like a lotus flower that grows from the mud, but is not stained by the mud. The mud of samsara cannot make him dirty. If we have this realization, we don't have to doubt or abandon anything. The antidote and the object of the antidote are the same. They are no different. The Vajra Tantara says, knowing this unravels the bonds of anything whatsoever. When this extraordinary path is realized, one attains Buddhahood in one life. If we try to get a little experience in this, we will gain direct knowledge for ourselves. Sometimes I lie down in my bed and then I look at what I have been thinking. Thoughts arise like many waves, but I try to see their essence and not follow after them. It feels very relaxing. I am not a great practitioner, but still help me to trust in this view. If we just cling to our ordinary views, it's not very helpful. We need the Dharmakaya view because that is like a light that dispels 1,000 years of darkness. We understand refuge and how it protects. In the Sutaras, it says that the Dharmakaya Buddha is the real refuge. The Dharma and the Sangha are impermanent, so they aren't a real refuge. It says in the fivefold Mahamudra, if the cloud masses of thoughts do not subside within the spatial sky of the nature of mind, the planets and stars of the twofold knowledge will not shine. So persevere in this non-conceptual mind. The non-conceptual mind, the Dharmakaya, and the Guru are non-dual. We have to persevere in non-dual, non-conceptual mind with mindfulness to realize the Dharmakaya and to realize that our Guru is not separate. Don't let thoughts interrupt when meditating on the non-conceptual mind. The arising of thoughts is not what interrupts. What interrupts is if we follow after them. This way of practice is the best way to purify non-virtue. The best way to make offering to the Guru and the greatest merit because this virtue is never ending. There are many virtues that finish after the result has ripened, or that are destroyed by anger and so on. But this virtue has no obstacles. This is how to see the Dharmakaya Guru with our wisdom eye. Okay, so now we next is watching the Rupakaya with our wisdom eye. The root text says, if your body, the victorious ones of the 3 times of all translations, appear together with their offspring, with joy I gaze upon your body, adorned with all the major and minor marks, seated on the throne of fearlessness, lotus, sun, and moon. The Rupakaya appears from the Dharmakaya. The Rupakaya includes the Sambhogakaya and the Nirmanakaya. The Dharmakaya is like an empty space. The Sambhogakaya is like a clouds, and the Nirmanakaya is like a rain. This is how they benefit sentient beings. It is not accidental that the Sambhogakaya and the Nirmanakaya appear from the Dharmakaya. As it says in the garland of blazing, wishful feeling gems, the Buddha who embodies the Trikayas is the result of completing the 2 accumulations. The Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya cannot appear to us. Though, if we don't have sufficient merit, so both the Buddha's activities and our own merit are both required. The way the Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya appear are as our own Guru. The Dharmakaya appears to us in the form of Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya. That is as our own Guru. When we have to realize that our Guru is these Kayas, if we don't realize that, it won't be of much benefit. Even if we stay with our Guru for our entire life. For example, there are maybe precious treasure under the floor of our poor family's house, but they will remain in poverty if they don't know that it's there. If we are with Guru, it's due to our merit and the Guru's compassion. Previously, we discussed how to see the Dharmakaya Guru with our eye of wisdom. And now we will discuss how to see the Sambhogakaya and the Nirmanakaya. We shouldn't see the Guru as an ordinary person living in ordinary life. We all also shouldn't see the Guru as perhaps a great practitioner, but physically not very attractive, and so on. Regardless of how the Guru physically appears, we should perceive him as having the 32 major and 80 minor marks of a Buddha. In each of the Guru's pearls are thousands of pure lines, and all the Buddhas of the 3 times and the 10 directions abide in these pure lines. As the King of Aspiration Prayer says, on one atom are thousands of pure lines. All of these Buddhas and pure line should appear clearly to us. They are in the nature of emptiness, not solid, but they still appear clearly. The Guru's body is like sunlight that pervades the whole universe. He is surrounded by his many disciples, Bodhisattvas, practical Buddhas, and Sharavikas. As he gives teachings, his voice is clear and melodious, but in the nature of emptiness. The Guru's attributes and speech manifest from his great compassion. The Guru rests on a lion throne, symbolizing that he is fearless. The lotus on the throne symbolizes that he works in samsara for the benefit of beings without being stained by the impurities of samsara. The sun disk represents the Guru's boundless compassion. The moon disk symbolizes the Guru's wisdom, cooling that heat of samsara. The Guru's blessings are always ready to flow to us when we give rise to devotion. We should gaze on the Guru with our wisdom eye joyfully and enthusiastically. Lower capacity practitioners must be shown a physical mandala, such as a model or a sand mandala. Medium capacity practitioners must be shown a drawing of a mandala on paper or cloth. Higher capacity practitioners see the mandala in the Guru's body and don't need any outer illustration. For us to be included among higher capacity practitioners, we must see the mandala in the Guru's body. First, we must meditate with devotion. seeing the mandala in the Guru's body, and the mandala containing all the Buddhas. In the Vajrayana Samaya, it says that we must respect all the Guru's possessions, such as bells, dhamarus, and so on. We must respect the Guru's consort and children if he has them. Also, we have to see everything from the Guru's crown to his feet as pure, with nothing ordinary. We should supplicate to the Guru as in this prayer. In all of my lives, may I never be separated from the perfect Guru, enjoying the glory of the sublime Dharma and perfecting the precious qualities of the stages and paths. May I quickly attain the state of the glorious Guru. In the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha said to Subhuti, don't see Sungatas as their outer form, powers, and so on. If you just look at that, then you would see a Chakravarti king, well-turning king as a Sungata. Instead of just looking at the outer form, you should see a Sungata as the Nirmanakaya emanating from the Dharmakaya, like sun rays emanating from the sun. Milarepa says, from non-conceptuality occurs the Dharmakaya, from bliss comes the Sambhogakaya, from lucidity comes from the Nirmanakaya. In brief, the Guru is the Trikayas, and this is not just fabricated by our mind. We must see the quality of intrinsic awareness. When we see that the Guru has the kayas and these quality, we will be able to also see them in ourselves. When we realize that we have this intrinsic awareness, then this is our protection. Buddha said, you are your own protector. Also in the Vajrayana, it says that the Guru is the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and everything including Dharma protectors. The Guru is the source of all blessings and temporary and ultimate happiness. Even just a little shade or a cool breeze on a sunny day, or sometimes to drink when we are thirsty, or all of these are the Guru's blessing. In the generation stage, understanding that the outer environment is the mandala, the beings are drakas and drakinis, and thoughts are the dharmakaya, is also the Guru's blessing. All the powers of the Guru are in your mind. when you realize that the Guru is in the nature of the Trikayas, then you can realize that your own intrinsic awareness is the nature of Trikayas. In the fivefold Mahamudara, Jigten Sungun said, if the sunlight of devotion has not dawned upon the Guru's four kayas, the snow mountain, the following river of blessings will not come. So persevere in this mind of devotion. So usually you remember we have Vajra, right? Vajra is very this size, but on this Vajra has many kind of paintings. I don't know what it's called, drawing different things. This means if you understand why they are like this, it really helps you to remember your own the attributes of your mind. Because Guru, your mind, and this Vajra, they are no different. But Buddha's compassion is endless, and his methods are also endless. So Buddha taught us in different ways to understand the Buddha nature. So we often say Guru. So suddenly we can think that this someone who in front of you. This is also good. This is very good. But still, we have another step, another higher steps. So when you see Guru, that's confidently I can say it. Whenever I see, remember, if I I think my mind and Guru's mind are not different. This is not always, but I tried, and most of the time I tried to think that. So whenever you see Guru, right, your Guru, and before you, what Guru will say, what Guru will give you, or what thing my Guru. Before thinking like that, suddenly you think, my mind and Guru, your mind and my mind. Still, you can say that, right? Yourself communicate. Your mind and my mind are same. You should think that. You should think that this is a very easy to do that, and then sometimes it's possible you will forget, but keep mindfulness, apply mindfulness, and then this is your meditation. So Guru's mind and my mind, Guru, your mind and my mind are same, and through this way you are starting to watching your mind. It's automatically you are you start to watch your own mind. When you watch at your mind, then slowly you can appear qualities, attributes of your mind. Because our mind is usually we have a compassion, bodhicitta. They are qualities of our mind, but in real our mind is Guru or Dhammakaya or Vajradhara. So why we call it Vajradhara? Vajra. Vajra means indestructible. These Vajras we explain. The Vajra means when we make a mandala, the Vajra fence. We make Vajra fence round of the mandala, right? That means outer maras or obstacles cannot join or enter inside. And then inside the cities, blessings were not lost because they protect. This is the kind of outwardly how we will understand. But internally, that part externally. So internally, if we are relaxed or rest in Dharmakaya nature, and then these thoughts cannot interrupt our mind. If thought cannot interrupt our mind, then we are always relaxing, happy, and joy. Especially we the union of bliss and lucidity, union of clarity and emptiness. So our mind is like that, but we don't know. We don't know about this. For that reasons, we are try to understand these in different directions. For example, if we have to come into the center palm, right? The center palm, and then someone come in this direction, like a west direction. They study, learn something, and someone come there from the meditation and retreat and so on, and someone come the accumulating kind of the mantras and there, so they all finally reach on the same place. So we all should reach in the center of our mind. Center of our mind is Dharmakaya, and center of our mind is our Guru. So I already told you, whenever Malareva remember Marpa can appear to him. So that means Malarepa's mind and Marpa are no different. That's where Malarepa truly instructed to his disciples. I am always in your mind. And also Lord Jigten Sungko, yesterday, the last Tuesday, I told you, his disciples asked after you pre-nirvana, where we focus, which pure land, we will focus which pure land. And Lord Jigten Sungko said, you should focus on your mind, because I am in your mind. This is very true. Our mind is like this space. So in this space has many stars, many planets. Everything are in this space. And naturally, this space is clear. That's why we say our mind is clarity and lucidity. And then this space has no suffering. No suffering, because fire cannot damage it. Water element cannot damage it. And this other the elements cannot damage it. So then these elements cannot make suffer cannot make suffer this empty space. Similarly, our mind cannot, how to say, make sorrow or suffering by these other obstacles. Finally, they, for example, if in the water has ice, finally this water will become ice or this ice will dissolve. Finally, this ice will dissolve into water. Similarly, right now we have ignorance, attachment, anger, and so on. But finally, they all dissolve into Dharmakaya. They all dissolve in Dharmakaya. But finally means it's depending your practice. Perhaps this finally is right now. If you read, I quoted Manzuhire Namasangiti. So you can become enlightened instantaneously. So we always have to supplicate Guru and see the Guru's attributes, qualities, and through this way we receive blessing. Through this way we receive siddhis. And then it benefit our way of practice, and it have benefit to increase our what's called the Dharma practice and the realizations. So, however, in briefly, we drink water, we eat lots of green vegetables. Why we eat them? Why we drink lot of water? It support our body. They support our body. How to support our body is we drink or we eat after they go into the blood, right? Blood in our body, and then our blood circulation going well, and then it support to our body. Similarly, right now we see gurus physically outside, and we supplicate, we devote, and we meditate, and then slowly, right now we are doing something with him or with them, but finally, the siddhi and bliss come to us, which means then slowly we will become guru. Slowly we will become Dharmakaya. So, we have to watch Dharmakaya and Rupakaya, which means we have to understand our nature, our mind, and we have to understand this body and channel and wind. So this body is also the form of Buddhas, because each and every chakras has thousands of pure lines, and in this each and every these pure lines has thousand pure lines pure lines have thousands of Buddhas and Yidam deities. So if right now we see like that, some house built by the what is called a bricks. After they covered something outside, then we judge only this what we see this out part. But if we go deep, and then there are separately many breaks. Similarly, right now we just see one kind of flash, what is called one form. However, one form. But if we go very deep, and then we see different channels, different chakras, and then we go deep, more deeper or something, then we were able to see Yidam deities and Buddhas are there, and then we always ourselves is inseparable with the Yidam deities. If we know these bodies, our bodies are Yidam form of Yidam deities, and then when we see focus others, their bodies are also Yidam deities. That's where it says whatever appears are Yidam's form, and then whatever heard the speech, the Yidam's mantra, and then all the thoughts are Dharmakaya. So we will realize that through this way. And so now we finished. First, watch Dharmakaya and watch Rupakayas. And now we will begin with the 7th branch of the mantra. The first is prostration. It is presented in brief and then in detail. It includes prostrating to the Guru's form, speech, mind, qualities, and activities. So the total 5, right? In the root text, it says, Turikaya's nature of the mind, Vajradhara, you are inseparable from great bliss. Bow down to you with innumerable bodies like cloud, beings, yearning with a full voice. I prostrate and go for refuge. The Guru appears from the ultimate nature of Dharmakaya. Disciples of higher capacity, such as Bodhisattvas, who have reached the 10th Bhumi, see the Guru as the Sambhogakaya. The Sambhogakaya has 5 special attributes. Staying in the Aganishita Buddha field, teaching the Mahayana, having Arya level Bodhisattvas for disciples, having the major and the minor marks, and remaining until samsara is emptied. Where is Aganishita? It is our own chakras in our mind. The major and the minor marks are refers to the bodily attributes. Arya level disciples refers to disciples who have given rise to ultimate bodhicitta and can see the Sambhogakaya. Teaching is only Mahayana refers to sounds being mantra in the state of emptiness. One must realize that for oneself to become a Mahayana practitioner in the ultimate bodhicitta level, the Sambhogakaya will remain until the end of samsara. We often hear that samsara is endless, but that really refers to the incredibly long time that samsara lasts. Whenever we completely purify dualistic perceptions, samsara ends for us and we become Sambhogakaya. Whether or not a disciple has pure perception, the Guru appears as Nirmanakaya. In the Gongjik, the Buddha's single intention, it says, all phenomena are the Buddha's activities. This means that the Buddha benefits us through the Nirmanakaya forms. They may be spiritual masters, ordinary teachers, parents, gardeners, dharma books, or anything that benefits others. They may even take the form of dogs or other pets to help increase their owner's love and compassion and so on. Shantideva prayed that he might become a bridge for those who want to cross a river, a house for those who need one, and a guide for those who lose the path. These are all the activities of Nirmanakaya. In reality, the three kayas are our Guru's mind. Our Guru is Vajradhara. Whenever we recall that, it will help us to give rise to great bliss and lucidity and to realize emptiness. When we give rise to these realizations, we will liberate the sickness of self-grasping. Samsara will spontaneously appear as nirvana, and there will be no obstacles or suffering. As the great Mahasiddha Saraha said, training in the reality of the nature of mind. Thoughts of confused appearances dissolve in the expanse. I don't see anything who can be harmed. I don't see anything that can do any harm. Vividly visualize the Guru in front of you in the nature of the three kayas. In his purse are all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times and the 10 directions. With your mind, recall all their qualities and attributes. With your body, emanate thousands of bodies and make prostrations. With your speech, recite the stanza beginning with Turikaya's nature of the mind. So the prostration is actually the antidote of pride. So actually I will talk later, but pride we cannot develop our since we have a pride, we cannot develop our dharma knowledge, and we cannot develop our realizations, because if you think, oh, for example, I and my guru have same dharma knowledge, so I don't want to listen it from my guru. So because this thinking is arising from pride, and then also same with the guru's experience and my experience are same. So I don't want to try to get his experience, my guru's experience. If you think like that, and then you will not hear your guru's experience, dharma experience, and you will not able to keep guru's instructions. So this is for example, if you have like this ball, you have just regular water, which probably not allowed to drink, but it's filled to the brim already. And then somebody try to pull the nectar, but then it cannot. There's no way to pull inside, because they already filled this. So you by yourself also think, oh, this already my bowl is already filled, right? Filled. So I don't want to pull anything there. Similarly, perhaps we have a very small knowledge, and then according to this small knowledge, we how to say strongly arise the pride, and then we cannot respect others, and we cannot try to receive any benefit from others, especially for example gurus. So there is a saying, if one stone remains in the water 100 years, but that water cannot make weight. If pepper put into the water, immediately become what is called weight, right? White. Yes. If there is a stone, then always stone is stone. Put it in the fire or put it in the water, always stone. Stone is very strong, strong thing. So similarly, if one have kind of wrathful activities, malicious thoughts, negative perceptions, then if one doesn't follow guru and doesn't listen guru's path instructions, then one cannot purify these wrathful actions or malicious thoughts and so on. So this first branch is the antidote of pride. Pride has seven aspects. We will do next week. We will discuss next week on there. So prostration means when we do prostrate, that means we respect to others. For example, in the preliminary practice, we do prostrations over the 100,000 times. It will, number one, we respect to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and three jewels. And also, when we respect to others, for example, we respect to these three jewels, that means we like them and we like their qualities and attributes. And we like that, and then we try to receive it. And we try to receive them, we will receive. We will receive, and then we will become same. So in 24 or 2600 years ago, Shakyamuni Buddha became enlightened. He became enlightened. After many, like Nalanda masters, Mahasiddhas, for instance, Telopa, Naropa, Mitipa, they all tried to receive the Shakyamuni Buddha's realizations through Shakyamuni Buddha's path instructions. So they tried through their devotion, and they do prostration for Buddha's teachings, for Buddha's, even Buddha's holy places. So that's where they all received same realization from Shakyamuni Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha and Vajradhara in this old tradition, we call Nyingma, or in the Dzogpa Chenpo way, we call the Kundazambo, Samanta Badara. In this new tradition of Vajrayana, we call the Vajradhara, and however, in the Sutara, we call the Manjushri is also Bignelis. How to say? The first Buddha. However, so they all follow their guru, and they all follow their guru, and they all in the reality they all same as Shakyamuni Buddha. So Shakyamuni Buddha and Vajradhara and Kundazambo, they are no different in the reality. So we all equally receive their blessings, their siddhis. So the prostration is very important. Prostration we will discuss more. Prostration it does not always does not mean doing only physically. If you physically cannot do it, doesn't matter. There are a way to prostrate through your speech and mind. Even if your speech can't do it, still you can do it with your mind. So I can say this: if I teach Dharma through my pure motivation, kindly, and then my speech is I I prostrate Buddhas and gurus by my speech, and you listen these teachings carefully with pure motivation, and then you prostrate to the uh, Buddhas and gurus through your mind. So, however, teaching and listening, they are offering and meditating and accumulating merit. So there are wonderful benefit. We have to know that when we have merit, and then it will reduce obstacles, and we get more opportunity to Dharma practice, and we will less suffering. And sometimes we do more practice, practice Dharma. We do lots of good things, but still seems there are more obstacles. At that time, it is possible you think, oh, there maybe the karma is not true. Whatever I do good things, but the result is different. But at that time, you should be careful, because you do more good things. Sometimes you have more obstacles. So this is also a good sign, because it's that means you purified your ignorance and obstacles. So okay, so now we will recite together with Bodhicitta mind over this Serkhangma text. Yes.
I gaze upon the Supreme Self-Arisen Lama seated on the immutable, spontaneously established throne, here in the mandala of primordially pure mind, as it is in the supreme palace of all the victorious ones of the three times. I gaze upon the Supreme Lama who is meaningful to behold. The instant I behold that great bliss of Dharmadhatu, I cross the vast ocean of samsara and arrive at the blissful pure ground. With the eye of wisdom, I gaze unwaveringly upon the Lama, the victorious hero in the battle. Just by remembering that refuge, all afflicting emotions, thoughts, and the hordes of Maras are defeated. In your body, the victorious ones of the three times of all 10 directions appear together with their offspring. With joy, I gaze upon your body adorned with all the major and minor marks, seated on the throne of fearlessness, lotus, sun, and moon. Three kayas, nature of the mind, Vajradhara, you are inseparable from great bliss. bowing down to you with innumerable bodies like cloud banks, yearning with a full voice, I prostrate and go for refuge. Your body, the nature of precious bodhicitta, is inseparable from all the victorious ones of the three times. Thus, all Buddha fields are permeated by your body, and within your body all Buddha fields appear. I bow down to the glorious one. With your flawless melodious speech, like an ocean of ambrosia, you show all phenomena to be unborn, thereby defeating the Mount Meru of views. I prostrate to your unhindered Vajra speech. In the mandala of immutable mind beyond thought, you never move from the equanimity state of Dharmadhatu, yet you hold the wisdom power of knowing the three times. I prostrate to the spontaneously established non-duality. Even if expressed during all oceans of kalpas by all the victorious ones without exception, the qualities of your body, speech, and mind would not be completed. I prostrate to you who possesses limitless qualities. Until the ocean of samsara is exhausted, you perform the supreme activities that ripen all sentient beings. I prostrate to you, the Lama, who is the manifold, effortlessly arising, unceasing, supreme refuge. Oceans of emanated offerings to you delight the victorious ones and ripen all sentient beings. Having completely filled the Dharmadhatu, I make this unsurpassed offering unceasingly. From the heart palace of the great beings radiate the light of immeasurable bodhicitta. Thus in all the pure lands of the 10 directions, innumerable beautiful offering goddesses manifest, holding water, flowers, incense, lamps, supreme scents, and food. From the cloud banks of offerings, rain falls, delighting the victorious ones of the three times, thereby filling the spheres of realms. I make offerings to the victorious ones of the three times. Light radiates once more from the body of the victorious one, manifesting parasols, victory banners, draped banners, canopies, musical instruments, garments, precious jewels, medicine, and grains. I offer ocean-like cloud banks of these manifold offerings. The 7 precious royal attributes like the wheel, the 7 subsidiary ones like the mansion, the auspicious substances, the substances of the cities, and so on have arisen from the 2 accumulations. Please accept these offerings. Furthermore, I behold in my mind and offer to the Protector all offerings throughout the limitless pure lands of the victorious ones that belong to an owner and do not belong to an owner, and all that is worthy to be offered. I offer all pure lands of the victorious ones of the three times, which are the very pure mandalas of the 3 kayas, completely filled with flawless prosperity. Please accept these offerings, you, the Lord of compassion. To you, Protector, I offer my body, speech, and mind, all wealth equal to space without exception, and all the virtues accumulated in the 3 times. Out of compassion, please accept these for the benefit of all sentient beings. By seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and recollecting the Vajra goddesses of form, sound, odor, taste, and tangible objects, the 3 obscurations are purified. I offer the goddess of appealing objects to you. Please accept them, immaculate, victorious Lord. The Vajra goddess of body, nature of form, is the supreme goddess of fully purified ignorance. I merge her with the eyes of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of mind, nature of sound, is the supreme goddess of fully purified hatred. I merge her with the ears of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of qualities, nature of odor, is the supreme goddess of fully purified arrogance. I merge her with the nose of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of speech, nature of taste, is the supreme goddess of fully purified desire. I merge her with the tongue of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of activity, nature of tangible objects, is the supreme goddess of fully purified jealousy. I merge her with the body of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the bliss of non-duality. The Vajra goddess of primordial emptiness of all phenomena, nature of sound, is the supreme goddess of fully purified mind, as it is. I merge her with the mind of the Lama, Lord of Dharma. Please accept this in the great bliss of non-duality. I offer means and wisdom inseparable, the supreme victorious one, the 5 families with consorts, the assembly of Viras and Dakinis, and the Buddhas filling the limitless sky. Please accept this great bliss. From the equality of all phenomena, like the ocean-like samadhi, oceans of unwavering manifestations arise and guide all beings. Please accept the assemblies of the victorious offspring, the bodhisattvas who rule all Buddha fields. The ones of great fierce, wrathful out of immeasurable compassion, show grinding teeth and fierce faces on their posing bodies. Please accept these wrathful victorious ones of primordial wisdom, who defeat the hordes of Maras by the roar of Hung and Pit. All manifold clouds of outer, inner, and secret offerings are offered in this vast mandala of Samantabhadra's mind, within the mode of abiding of unchanging non-duality. The unsurpassed offering of suchness is offered. All phenomena are primally and completely pure mind, as it is. Within that, whatever confusion, dualistic appearance of oneself and others, distinction of good and bad, hatred and attachment there might be, each and everything I confess, may it be purified within that state. With a happy mind, I rejoice in all virtues of all the victorious ones of the 3 times, of the assemblies of the superior ones, of the unceasing wheel of the 2 accumulations, and of sentient beings. I beseech you, protectors in the worlds of the 10 directions, by completely turning the wheel of stainless Dharma with the sound of the ocean-like branches of melodious speech, please ripen all sentient beings without exception. I beseech you, protectors who abide throughout all realms, please do not pass into nirvana until the exhaustion of the dhatu of space. Rather, fulfill your commitments by abiding permanently. May all sentient beings be established in the unsurpassed supreme state by this virtue, by the virtues accumulated in the 3 times throughout all samsara and nirvana, and by the undefiled innate virtue. By the light rays of immeasurable great compassion from the palace of the body, speech, and mind of the victorious one, please purify my body, speech, and mind, and thus transform it into your body, speech, and mind. Protector, as you made offerings and delighted the sublime Lama, likewise may I always offer ocean-like clouds of offerings and delight you. May I follow in your footsteps. May I perform limitless activities that do not even waver a hair's tip with respect to the liberation of your body, speech, and mind. May I be renowned in the 3 worlds. Thus may anybody just by hearing my name or remembering me be completely liberated from the tormenting suffering and attain the state of great bliss of the victorious ones. May I turn into any form equal to the expanse of sentient beings, taming them according to their needs. Thereupon may they take refuge joyfully and be established in the unsurpassed supreme awakening. Those ones who are oppressed with shrouds of ignorance, who lost the path, who are threatened by afflicting emotions, such as the henchmen of the Lord of Death, may helplessly remember me and instantly find the supreme path. Becoming the inexhaustible wheel of ornamentation, which is body, speech, and mind of all victorious ones of the 3 times, may I completely dry out the ocean of samsara and establish all sentient beings in the unsurpassed supreme state. In all my lives may I never be separated from the authentic Lama and enjoy the glories of the Dharma by completely perfecting the qualities of bhumis and paths, May I swiftly attain the state of Vajradhara.
Chancho Senjo Remboche Maje Bana Jijurje Jeba Nyambar Mebar Yang Gone Gondam Bevar Jo.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase, higher and higher.
Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And for this week, as much as possible, I think everybody have, every Sangha have a root guru or guru. So once a day, try to think your guru's mind and your mind the same. Okay, then see you next week. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful Dhamma practice time.